Some time ago, I made a video where I built this cherry blossom tree, and there was a request that I should make a tutorial on how to build them. So here we are. In this tutorial, I will show you how to build cherry blossom trees, but not just one particular tree, but generally how to make more types and how they vary from each other. When I want to build trees, first I always like to find some images of them, and then plan out in my mind how I want the tree to look like. Some are tall and thin, on the other hand they can also look just like a cloud of leaves with a stem, which is a case for cherry blossoms, at least for most of them. So after I have the idea, I start building the wooden part, beginning with the main stem. For that, make sure that it is facing upwards, can be a little tilted, and then going almost completely horizontal in this curvy line. Down it should be thick and progressively be thinner when you go up, after it is only one block at a time. When going diagonally, leave them only connected by the corners. Add 2 to 4 of these big branches and try to put each one in a different direction. Then you should make some branches, not thicker than the place from which they start coming from, and make them around 4 to 6 blocks long. The beginning should be almost horizontal, but then it curves up like this and makes the crown of the tree. Take your time with this step, as it creates a frame for your leaves and makes almost the whole shape of the final build. So experiment with different shapes, make it just to your liking. And then the final part, the leaves. For them I use pink wool, pink glazed terracotta, pink glass and paints, pink and white. That was before 1.20 update, now you can just replace it with cherry blossom leaves, partially or all leaf blocks. But I still can't get over those green dots on the texture, because I think that it ruins the vibe, kinda. But if you have a different opinion, it looks great as well. Now let's move on to the details of placing the leaves. I have prepared here just the trunk of it. It has some details and it's made of cherry wood, like here, it's just without the leaves. And now I will show you how I place them. So I just pick one of the branches, probably like one of the main ones, and I usually start coming from the outside to the inside of the tree and then move on to the next branch. So from the start I just place some leaves, and a lot of them will be like this diagonally, or it can be also touching just like this by the corners, but you can just also put it like this. But I don't really like putting much of these into the tree, because then it looks more like less fluffy. Yeah, so if you look at these, it also is like that. Corner here, and so on. So starting from this point, I will go like this, maybe like this diagonally. Also put it on different levels, but don't make like big gaps like this. It should be also really close to each other. You can also see here, it's pretty stuffed. And it looks more consistent when you look from the far. See, that's just too little. So let's continue like this. Sometimes just go a bit further and look at it. Now I see this just looks really, it stands out because it's not really covered with any leaves. So I can repair it with this, maybe on this side as well. Yeah, it's much better. So yeah, you will cover the whole tree like this. Yes, it will take some time, but trust me, the results are beautiful. Like behind me, it's great. You can also just use some world edit commands, then it looks like this. It's alright as well, but I just like more when I place it by myself. Then I can decorate every block and decide where to put it, and the tree is really like I imagined it. And that's quite important if you build trees. So let's return to our tree here. and continue for a bit. Yeah, and also I forgot to mention, I don't usually put the leaves on the bottom side of the tree or of the branches. It's just maybe like few of them, but I like to see the trunk from the downside. Like here, you can actually see it all the way down. You can cover it if you like that, but I'm sticking with this. And it doesn't really have to be always by the corner. You can make a few of these two blocks connected, or maybe like 3. I didn't really experiment with that much, but it is quite nice if you put 2 of them like down. It gets the feeling of really small branches bending down, and I have to say I absolutely love these. It's just amazing. That's a little bonus for using cherry leaves. So yeah, I have done I have done probably a half of this. It took me like 5 minutes, and now I can just look from the sides where I should add some leaves. I can see like this. It looks a bit weird, so maybe to add this, or also here it looks regular. So let's just break it up a bit, see what it does, and experiment. That's like important thing here. Maybe like this. Yeah, I like it more. Probably also something here. No, that was a mistake. Yep, it's better now. And here I can just look and dense it up a bit, because you can see through a lot here. And that's not really a good thing when you're building trees like this. I like it this way. Like that you can continue on the whole tree, and don't forget to just step aside and look at it. And if you don't like some parts, you can just destroy all the leaves and remake them. I know it sounds really harsh, but sometimes it helps. So that would be all for this tutorial. Of course, you can use the same steps in a bigger scale if you want to. It will just take more time and resources if you're in survival mode. I'm really glad if this video helped you in any way, and if not, or you want to ask something, just write it down in the comments. Well then, see ya!